All right, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal says that GM's bankruptcy shouldn't shield the company from this recall mess, and attorney Rebecca Rose-Woodland agrees. Janell Weinstein, I should say, says it will, and there's no way around it. So, Janell, you're saying what? That bankruptcy laws are what bankruptcy laws are, and what?
Well, bankruptcy laws, the point of the bankruptcy is to prevent creditors from going after debtors that have discharged their debt. Now, it doesn't preclude exclusively if they're not honest debtors, and that's the issue.
Well, this isn't even
an
honest bankruptcy because we paid for it as taxpayers.
Well, that's correct. I mean, the fact is that they filed for bankruptcy, GM. They paid for the bankruptcy filing fees and whatnot. Right. And now what they're trying to do is say, look, GM, you can't do what you're trying to do by disclaiming and discharging these debts because you weren't honest. However, there's still some issues with regard to that. And there's a question, and even if they are able to criminally prosecute GM, it's going to be an uphill battle because of the burden of proof in a criminal trial.
Well, I always think that it would be risky for the company to even try it. And I think that's what Senator Blumenthal was telling me, that it would be risky to try it in this environment because it looks like you're really trying to wuss out here.
Well, with the criminal aspect is one thing, but with this bankruptcy aspect and the liability with respect to people who are injured or killed, which would mean their estate would pursue, there are two issues. There's pre-bankruptcy and post-bankruptcy.
There's the old GM, the new GM.
Right.
But everyone at the new GM was at the old GM.
Exactly. That's the best, but it's the biggest point of all.
But the point isn't really in bankruptcy anything to do with that. It has to do with debt dischargeability.
But what if the company willingly hid information on these cars, the ignition bomb?
That's the biggest point.
That's the allegation that they're making, that they not only willingly hid the defect and didn't disclose it, they knew about it.
In that case.
Well, in that case, the question is, was it in the bankruptcy file? And no court has determined that you're precluded because you filed bankruptcy from going after somebody criminally. That would be wrong because you're not being an honest
But it's
debtor.
harder to. You just said it's harder to.
It's harder to if you can't meet that burden of proof.
So you're a lawyer talking out two ends of your mouth.
Well, yeah, but we have the burden of proof.
Situation.
We have very substantial evidence
that at least they knew.
That they knew.
They did not connect the dots, or maybe they did, but they knew.
That's good civilly, but criminally you've got to show.
What did you say?
That's good civilly, but
sure, that's what I was saying.
Okay, so all those people who were hurt pre-2009 should absolutely, no question about it, be able to proceed against GM.
What about the PR aspect of this, ladies? That no company worth its salt in this environment at this time is going to play these legal games.
Well, Toyota just got one of the biggest criminal penalties against them for $1.2 billion.
Do you think this will be bigger than that?
It may be, but here's the thing GM's doing.
Neil. They knew.
Well, we don't know.
Here's what GM is doing.
Innocent until proven guilty, young lady.
Well, here's what GM is doing.
My position here is that they had these parts. They had so much information from the National Highway Transportation.
Okay, we don't know. Someone's not fair and balanced.
But here's the thing. GM's bringing in Kenneth Feinberg to look at the possibility of compensating these victims, even though they've been discharged. And that's good faith for GM.
We think if they do it, they should set up a settlement.
I'm sure they will.
Are making your profession look any more honorable.
I got to tell you, Neil.
Oh, nice.
No company wants to sit and have such a bad situation.
No, should have. But they also don't like to pay for it. But we'll watch it closely. In the meantime, it's tax day.